years ago, I was working with a small boutique that had just started dipping its toes into social media marketing. They were passionate about their products, but their social media presence was, to put it mildly, all over the place. One day they will post a beautiful image of their handcrafted items, and the next a blurry off-brand meme that had nothing to do with their business. They were posting sporadically, and their audience didn't seem to be growing. One afternoon, I sat down with the owner and we had a candid conversation about what they wanted their brand to represent. We talked about the importance of consistency, how every post, every comment, every image was a reflection of their brand's identity. I explained that social media wasn't just a place to sell products. It was where they could tell their story, engage with their customers, and build a community. After a few months of focused effort, that is, regular posting, engaging with followers, and creating content that truly reflected their brand, the change was remarkable. Their audience started growing, engagement rate soared, and most importantly, people began recognizing and remembering their brand. It wasn't just a boutique anymore. It was a brand with a presence that people felt connected to. This experience taught me a valuable lesson. Social media is a powerful tool, but only when used with intention and consistency. Today, I'm going to share with you 4 of the best practices I've learned for building a strong brand presence on social media so you can create the same connection with your audience. From Builder Studios, this is Colors for Social Media, the podcast for digital marketers and small business owners. I'm your host, Enoch Apia Jr., and this is my take on how to build a strong brand presence on social media. In today's digital landscape, your brand's social media presence is often the first point of contact with potential customers. Whether you are just starting out or looking to refine your strategy, understanding the best practices for building and maintaining a brand presence on social media is crucial. So, let's get started. Number 1, consistency is key. First things first, your brand needs a consistent voice, look, and feel across all social media platforms. This means your profile pictures, banners, and even the tone of your posts should reflect your brand's identity. Consistency helps build recognition and trust. When people see your content, they should immediately know it is you. But consistency isn't just about visuals. It's also about posting regularly. You don't have to post every day, but having a predictable schedule, whether it is 3 times a week or twice a day, keeps your audience engaged. To help with scheduling, social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, X, and LinkedIn have inbuilt scheduling tools to help you be consistent in your posting. You can also use the third-party tools like Hootsuite or Buffer to help you manage and schedule your posts, so you are consistently active without the constant stress of live posting. Number 2, engage with your audience. Let's talk about engagement. Social media is a two-way street. It's not enough to just post content. You will need to engage with your audience. Responding to comments, answering questions, and even liking and sharing user-generated content helps create a community around your brand. People are more likely to interact with a brand that feels accessible and human. An effective way to increase engagement is by asking questions in your posts or by running polls. This invites your audience to interact with you. And don't forget about direct messages. Responding to DMs promptly shows that you value your customers and their input. Number 3, create valuable content. Another key element of a strong brand presence is the content you create. It is not just about selling your products or services. It's about providing value. Share tips, how-tos, behind the scenes looks, or stories that resonate with your audience. Educational and entertaining content tends to perform well and positions your brand as a valuable resource. Don't be afraid to experiment with different content formats like videos, infographics, or live streams. Each platform has its own strength, so tailor your content to fit the platforms you are using. For example, Instagram is great for visuals and stories, whilst LinkedIn might be better for in-depth articles and professional insights. Number 4, leverage analytics. Finally, you have to leverage analytics to understand what's working and what is not working. Social media platforms provide a wealth of data. Use it to your advantage. Track which post gets the most engagement, which times your audience is most active, and what types of content resonates the most. This data will help you refine your strategy and focus on what brings in the best results. Remember, social media marketing is not a one-size-fits-all approach. What works for one brand might not work for the other. So, don't be afraid to experiment, analyze, and adapt to your strategy over time. To wrap things up, building a brand presence on social media is all about 1, consistency, 2, engagement, 3, valuable content, and 4, data-driven decisions. Now, by following these best practices, you can create a strong, recognizable brand that resonates with your audience and stands out in a crowded digital space. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Colors of Social Media. If you found this episode helpful, make sure you subscribe and leave a review. Now, until next time, keep experimenting, stay creative, and let your brand shine online.
This episode, just like any other episode of Colors of Social Media podcast, is produced by Builder Studios and recorded at Tribal Mark Studios, 13 Asiko Street, Tantra Hills, Accra.
Daddy.